Okay, this is our review lesson. This will consist of Tuesday night's homework, and here is part of the assignment and what we're going to be covering in this lesson. This homework was taken from page 564 and 565. From section 1-2, let's look at number 4. Number 4 is 12 squared, and they ask us, they say write each power as a product of the same factor. Well, we know that the word product means to multiply. So what they're wanting us to do is to simply write 12 times 12. They want you to understand that 12 to the second power means 12 times 12. What a lot of you are wanting to do is say 12 times 2. And that's not what it means. It means 12 times 12. The next one I'm going to do from this section is number 15. Number 15 had 8 squared, and it asked us to evaluate the expression. When you evaluate something, you find the answer. So 8 squared means 8 times 8, which is 64. And I think it's important that we understand how to put that in on a calculator so we don't make silly errors. And don't forget, when we put it in a calculator, we go 8, y the x, 2 equal, and it will give us our answer. That's very important. Alright, the next one from this lesson is number 22. Number 22 is 18 times 18 times 18 times 18. And the directions say write each product in exponential form. Well, when we write something in exponential form, we write it using exponents. So I count how many 18s I have. 1, 2, 3, 4. And so it would be 18 to the 4th power. That would be how I would write that. Okay, moving right along. On lesson 1-3, I've chose to do number 19. Number 19 is an order of operations problem, and it's 4 plus 3 in parentheses squared divided by 7. Well, in order to do this, I need to think about the order of operations. And the order of operations says that I'm going to do everything in parentheses first. So, I'm going to say 4 plus 3, and then that gives me 7. And then I need to copy the rest of the problem. The next step in the order of operations says to do exponents. Well, this 7 has an exponent of 2. And this means 7 times 7. Well, 7 times 7 is 49. And then I get 49 divided by 7. Then I do multiplication and division, LR, from left to right as I come to it. And of course I have division. And 49 divided by 7 is 7. The next one I plan on doing for you out of this homework is from section 1-4. And I'm going to do 2. The first one I'm going to do is number 13. Number 13 is 2 parentheses a plus b. And they give us some values. They tell us that a equals 3. B is going to equal 4. C is going to equal 12, and D is going to equal 1. Now, I like to write this with blanks, so I'm going to do this right here. Now, I'm going to plug in my values. Well, A has a value of 3, so I'm going to plug that in here, and B has a value of 4. Now, I can't forget what I learned before about the order of operations. I still have to follow the order of operations. So it says that I do parentheses first. So 3 plus 4 is 7. And then I say 7 times 2, which is 14. Now let's do number 33 from that section. Number 33 from this section is 2c plus b, close parentheses, over b. So I'm going to rewrite this, filling in the values. I'm going to plug in a c here, which was 12, a b here, which is 4, and down here I have a 4. Now, I need to do everything on top in this parentheses first. So, I still follow the order within the order, so I need to do the multiplication first. 2 times 12 gives me 24 plus 4 over 4. Now, I'm going to add 24 and 4, and that will give me 28 over 4. And then I ask myself, well, 28 divided by 4, and I get my answer, which is 7. Now let's look at the last section of this homework section. It's 1-5, and it's on page 565, and I'm going to do 2 of those. Number 17 is the first one I'm going to do, and you have f over 2 equals 12. And it asks us to solve this equation mentally, and I can do that pretty easy as long as I know what the fraction bar means. The fraction bar means to divide. And if you'll remember, we talked about in class how the opposite of division is multiplication. So I realized that 2 times 12 gives me 24. And it's as simple as that. You just do the opposite operation. Look at number 21. Number 21 is 66 equals 22m. Well, I realized real quick that this means 22 times m. Well, the opposite of multiply is to divide. So if I say 66 divided by 22, it will give me what m is. So you ask yourself, okay, how many times will 22 go into 66? And you realize it goes 3 times. So m has a value of 3. And you can check this. Now that we know that m equals 3, you can ask yourself, if I plug that value in, is that true? And you realize real quick that yes, it is true, that 66 does equal 66.